after discovering that his wife, who is a real estate executive, has a $2.7 million life insurance policy, which also includes him as the sole beneficiary. What he did to her will leave you in shock. It was just after midnight on New Year's Day 2023 when Ana Walshe slipped away, or so her husband said. By morning she was gone without a trace. But the story did not end with a missing person report. It spiraled into something far darker. A husband who admitted to disposing of her body, yet continues to deny he killed her. Surveillance footage, blood evidence, dismemberment tools, and sinister Google searches paint a chilling portrait. Her remains were never recovered, because prosecutors argue he made sure of it. You could ask one question right now, what would it be? Did he kill her, or is he weaving the ultimate lie? Ana, a 39-year-old real estate executive born in Serbia, lived with her husband Brian and their 3 young children in Cohasset, Massachusetts. She split her life between the Massachusetts coast and Washington, D.C., where she worked during the week. She was devoted to her family and ambitious in her career. Brian, by contrast, had a secret life built on fraud. He had already pleaded guilty to selling counterfeit Andy Warhol paintings, and at the time of Ana's disappearance he was under house arrest. Theirs was a picture book family, on the surface. But beneath, prosecutors say, lay deceit, suspicion, and motive. In the final hours of 2022, the couple spent New Year's Eve together in Cohasset. Ana seemed fine. Brian later claimed she left early on January 1st for a work emergency in Washington, D.C., taking a rideshare to Logan Airport. But when her company was contacted on January 4th, the same day she was reported missing by her employer, they told police there was no emergency, no flight booked. By then, her husband was already building an alibi. Investigators say what followed exposed a web of lies. Over the next days, Brian made troubling Google searches: dismemberment and best ways to dispose of a body, how long before a body starts to smell, hacksaw best tool to dismember. Prosecutors say these searches were not idle curiosity, they pointed to a man planning something horrifying. On January 2nd, he allegedly spent more than $400 in cash at Home Depot, buying tarps, buckets, and other cleaning supplies, according to court filings. 2 days later, police executed a search warrant at the Walshe home in Cohasset. In the basement they found blood and a damaged knife stained with what appeared to be Ana's DNA. But the grisliest pieces of the puzzle were discovered elsewhere. Trash bags dumped at a transfer station near his mother's home in Peabody, Massachusetts, tested positive for blood. In the bags were a hacksaw, a hatchet, towels, cleaning agents, a Tyvek protective suit, and personal items once belonging to Ana, including her boots, a Prada purse, and even her COVID-19 vaccination card. According to prosecutors, some of those items carried both Ana's and Brian's DNA. The investigation was complicated by Brian's behavior. When first questioned, he told police he was merely helping his wife after she flew to D.C. for work. He denied wrongdoing, even as he made repeated false statements to investigators over several days. His misleading delayed efforts to search and collect the trash, giving the city time to incinerate some of the contents. Finally, on March 30, 2023, a Norfolk County grand jury indicted Brian on 3 counts: first-degree murder, misleading a police investigation, and improper conveyance of a human body. But in a dramatic turn, on November 18, 2025, as jury selection for his murder trial began, Brian changed his plea. He admitted guilt on 2 lesser counts: willfully misleading police and disposing of his wife's body, but refused to admit guilt for murder. He told Judge Diane Frenier directly, "Yes, Your Honor," when asked if he willfully removed Ana's remains. Under Massachusetts law, the maximum penalty for misleading a police investigation is 10 years, and for improperly conveying a body it's 3 years. Brian's defense team urged for a more lenient sentence: 4 to 6 years on the first count, 2 to 3 on the second. To this day, the most painful truth remains: Ana's body has never been found. Despite the damning evidence, he still passionately denies killing her. Her disappearance devastated her family, and her 3 children, who lost their mother without knowing what truly happened. Beyond the violence, this case forces us to wrestle with unanswered questions about trust, secrecy, and the dark side of love. A man plagued by fraud, hiding behind a facade of a stable family while allegedly committing an unthinkable act. Can the truth ever fully come out when the body is gone, and a man can admit to disposal but not murder? So I leave you with this: do you believe Brian Walshe is telling the truth now, or is he still weaving the deception? If you want to share your thoughts, drop a comment below. What's your theory? And if you want more deep investigative stories, hit subscribe. This case is far from over.